All right, we're going to continue our unit on trigonometry. So far, we've done everything with right triangles. So what happens if it's not a right triangle? So SOHCAHTOA deals with right triangles. When it's not a right triangle, then we have what's called law of sines or law of cosines. So law of sines is when it's not a right triangle. So not a right triangle. You need two angles and a side. So when your triangle has the sides, angle, angle, side, or angle, side, angle. Remember that there are 180 degrees in a triangle. So you get the sine of an angle divided by a side equals the sine of an angle divided by a side. So the steps you would follow in order to solve this is you would draw the triangle. You would label the given parts. And the angles across from the sides should match. So you'll see this triangle here. So big angle A is across from little side A. Big angle B is across from little side B. Big angle C is across from little side D. Then we would write an equation. You would use the angles on the sides that are opposite each other for fractions. If you're solving for side, then you would cross multiply and divide to solve for the variable. If you're solving for an angle, you'll cross multiply, divide, then do the inverse sign to get the answer. Okay, so let's look at some examples down here. So we're looking for the side AC. That's this side right here. So that's side B. So the side and the angle that are opposite each other are this side and this angle. The side and the angle that are opposite each other are this side and this angle. So those are the two we're going to put together for our fractions. So we get the sine of C, which is 23, divided by C, which is 6, equals the sine of B, which is 132, over B, which is this. So we're solving for this side here. So when we're solving for the side, we cross multiply. So we multiply these two and we divide by this guy. So we would say 6 sine 132 divided by sine of 23 equals B. And so that's what we'll put in our calculator. So we go right over here to Desmos. Helps if I get to the right Desmos here. So remember, make sure that your wrench is in degrees. So 6 sine of, let's see, what is it? 132 of 132. Then get out of that, divided by the sine of 23 degrees. Okay, and so the side we get is 11.41. So B equals 11.41. So here we have this angle and this side that are opposite each other, this angle and this side that are opposite each other. So we would do the sine of 112 over 10 equals the sine of, we don't know this angle, we could put X, we could put B, over 7. So we're solving for this angle. So we're going to cross multiply and divide. So we'll cross multiply and divide. Okay, you cross the ones you know, you divide by the other. So you get sine of 112, 7 times the sine of 112, divided by 10 equals the sine of X. Now, normally it would just be this. Well, we don't just have X, we have the sine of X. So we're going to put this in our calculators. So we say 7 sine of 112. get out of there, divided by 10. Now, this is equal to 0.6490. So what we have here is 0.6490. That's equal to the sine of x. Well, remember when we want to solve for the angle, we have to do the inverse sine. So we do 0.6490. So we say the inverse sine of 0.6490 is 40.5 degrees. So we do angles in 40.5 degrees, and that's going to be our answer. And that's all you do for law of sines.